Hi, I'm Tanya X Short, the captain of Kit Fox Games, and on Streets of Fortuna, I'm the content designer. So I wanted to follow up the devlog from last week, where Sin showed you all of the dynamic and resident adapting locations, and take a moment to step aside from procedural generation, which I love, and instead look at one of the more hand-authored locations. As you'll see, they're still pretty dynamic, but we're also proud of how this particular location came out. We wanted this to stand out. This is our little cathedral, which is an iconic Miteran church. That's our world's dominant religion. It's a fictional religion, and they worship a single god. Their martyr is Saint Lucia, which is very different from the old pagan ways. Now, the way we build a location like this is to first make the base out of the modular tiles, as you saw last time. Then we set up the item sets, which will procedurally generate based on the residents and some randomness. And you see that there's no pews because in our reference period, worshippers would instead stand and hear what the priest was saying from there, unless they were sick or elderly. Now, to make this location super special, we had our artist Quinn and our programmer Merdad work together to make sure that our special centerpiece, the apse with its little seats there for the priestesses, so they could look great and also work with camera and navigation. So now we have this cathedral, so the player can go there and learn about Miterism and read some excerpts from their book of learnings. And when you first start playing, you're probably going to be tempted to steal their treasures or bribe a priestess to help you. But we are looking forward to when you can start your own heresies or your own cults someday too. For now, at launch, you'll probably only be able to participate in Miteran masses and rituals. You can't be a priestess quite yet. So once the location is ready, I can set up the data to make sure the priests will come to work there. We've defined 3 kinds of priests. We have the basic priests, the elders, and the Holy Mother, who's also the popess. And there's only one of those in the city. She's probably going to be pretty hard to make friends with or even talk to until you have a good reputation. And finally, after that, I reuse those modular tiles to quickly make a few neighborhood chapels that fills out the rest of the city. So now everyone in the city has somewhere they can go on the worship day, which is Avisti. Now the exact type of Miterism that you'll encounter will be a bit different depending on how the superphysics play out in your playthrough, in your world. So for example, if blood is the most powerful force, then the story of the martyr, St. Lucia, will probably focus about her suffering and her family, her relatives. And Miteran rituals will be more about, well, bleeding. Whereas if revelry is a dominant sphere, then probably the important rituals will have some ceremonial dancing, some wine, and they'll look a little bit more like parties. Now, figuring out the underlying superphysics can also help you make better use of those relics and artifacts you find, because those are channeling, miraculously, the powers of the paradigms of the superphysics. Now, I don't want to spoil all the superphysics in that system yet. We're also still working on it, but I know we'll probably start with 2 or 3, and we'll keep adding more as we develop the game. So I hope you'll enjoy some of the lore and the love that we've put into this game as we get closer and closer to our beta test. As the Miterans say, Adan. Until next time.